So I know it's rude when it happens, but recently you hear it too. I know it wakes me up in the mornings. It is so crazy. This squirrel is just gnawing on the side of my building somewhere, and it's echoing into my bedroom. And she's doing it, I think, to sharpen her teeth, but she's got a habit formed, and I'm fixing to break that habit. Now, one of the things I've done is I would take my screen door and kind of rattle against the window, and because I have sliding doors, and animals don't like metal sounds. They just don't like metal sounds. It freaks them out. So I would rattle the screen, but she keeps waking me up at like 7 in the morning. So I understand now what she's doing, and we're gonna go take care of that. My clover patch is kind of waning because I kicked the chickens out. I had them out here this winter, and they cleaned up everything and ate it flat, and then I closed them off, and now the grass came in, and I actually just weed whacked, knocked everything back down, so that looks good. But it's coming in hard and fast. But the thing we got to work on right now is those stupid things, dandelions. Like, I know bees eat that, but you know what bees eat? That's a beautiful maple tree that's in blossom right now, and they end up 100 to 150 feet tall in Eugene. And when you get that maple nectar early in the season, which is right now, that is really good. So the person who want to collect that, you probably pull the frames in the end of April or so, and you'll get some great maple honey, which is what I have. So if you want to help bees, don't worry about the dandelions. Kill those suckers. And look at that. That's a huge supply of nectar and some really good quality pollen for their brood. So they're going to go to the maple every time. And if you really want to be an asshole to your neighbors, let your dandelions grow in your yard because you think you're helping the bees while you're spreading their little flowers everywhere and pissing off people nearby. Don't be that guy. So I've closed off the back pasture for the chickens back here. I'm about ready to open up the greenhouse for them, but I came out here to find out what's going on with the squirrels, and I've got some weed whacking to do. Some of these grasses are just too abundant, and these strawberries, which are ornamental, can go away. But these babies are these great field radishes, and I've got them all over the place, and you can see the hens have been chewing on them. Well, I'm going to protect those. And here we are coming down the side, and the oats look really good this year. Look at that pasture. Beautiful, beautiful pasture. Well, and then right up here is our culprit. This is an old remnant of a overhead arboretum or something, you know. They had lattice up here under the edge of the house and so on, and so that stinking squirrel is chewing on that. And this is the north side of the house, and that's my bedroom. So they're out there doing that in the morning at 7. It's totally waking me up. So I've got my drill, and I'm going to unscrew that puppy, and that's the end of that business. Well, there you go. That's what she's been chewing on there. That in this corner here. Just going to town. But this is a pressure-treated type of product. It's a decking product, so it's got a wood sealant on it. This is not a good idea for an animal to chew on this. So yeah, it goes away. And ironically, you can see the old blue paint up there, which I changed in, I think, 2006 or so when we painted the house. And this paint is really great. Sherwin-Williams. Good quality paints. Really good paints. Anyway, she doesn't have a chew box. She's going to go around the corner and find another one I need to take out. So there we go. I win. It's cheers, mate, because Deb wins over the squirrel. Your little chew block has been Wow, that's just really vicious biting if you look at it, you know. The squirrel could really hurt you. But their teeth grow all year long, so there's probably a female. She's older, and so she wants to file them down, but like, you can't do that in my bedroom, dude. And now I think it's time to go do a bit of pruning. And I love these things. Give it 5 seconds. It should come on. Come on. You can do it. There you go. Oh, yeah. This feels so fun. I just use my diamond knife sharpener on it and sharpen it up. And it's got a little counter on the side. Like right now, it's telling me that it has 2 cycles since you turned it on. Yeah. Oops, there's 3. I went out to the front yard to pick up the package when this arrived, and I ended up coming back into the house with like 2,000 cuts on it. It was crazy. That's when I first bought it. It was an amazing product. If you have Lyme disease or any kind of like ailment that you still want to garden, power tools are the way to go. And then like put something like that in your cart, in your basket, and leave it there for about 8 or 10 days and see if you get a coupon offer, because in hard times you will. Well, last year I used this little hoop to put over some radishes and let them grow up really tall, and then the birds could munch on the sides, and but they couldn't get to the plant. So I think I need yeah, really what I'm going to do is just close this off and let it grow and get big, and then I'm going to probably center this a little more and get these really big plants here that I can use for seed to move around the yard. That's going to be probably better there. And yeah, I'll close the gate and then just let it grow, and the trellis will support it. These will lean on it, and those will lean on it, and those will lean on it, or I can add a little string. But these are those big pasture radishes, and they get a huge I'm gonna almost like a yam kind of tuber, except like twice as big, and then they keep growing. So you can run your birds in your pasture and let them like mow this down, and then pull them off in a rotational pasture. Rotational pasture? Nobody does that, but they are stupid to not do it, because it's nothing but good for your farm and your livestock and your pathogens and your insects and your plants. I mean, it's just wildly efficient. Very good. You must rotate your pastures. So yeah, I'll close the gate, let this rotate, and let it grow up and get big. I want it to be able to go to seed, which is why I want to take the pressure of the chickens off of it right now. Here, you can look at the sun. It's eclipse day. It's already happened. I have to cut back all of this bit, which I gotta go over and talk to this guy, because that's gonna end up being these 2 big pieces that are coming this way. It's a fire hazard, and I just don't want it there. It's shading my garden, and I don't really like that. As you can see, this is my chicken pasture here along the edge, and it stops down here where it gets shady under this tree. So I'm going to chop up these branches now for a little more food, but most of this is pretty thick and lush and clean looking. A lot of oats this year. Oh, there we go. Electric clippers. 1,635. Because I chopped up all these bits and made new pathways, and then I cut back some of this junk and trimmed the wisteria back. But yeah, it took a lot of this. It's all just here on the ground, but most of it I put over here next to the radishes, because these leaves will compost really fast, and that's going to give them some moisture retention this summer, just to have some more material around them. Then they'll come in, they'll go right up around that. And so these are all the toppings from that plum. Yeah, that'll work good. I have to say that my theory of mulch in place and go ahead and spend some money and buy electric shears like this, because once I mulch it in place, I'm done. I just walk away. Here's some of my walkway from last fall. You can see just chopped up little bits. got this all shoveled out and moved around. And just like that, they can't go there. The radishes get a break, and now they can go into the greenhouse, and they still cannot go into the back. This is really fun to have little rotational pastures. The greenhouse has been closed for about 6 weeks, so they'll have fun going in there cleaning that up. So this is my little boot system. I come up here, I scrape off the big bits, and then I step in here, get off my boots, and then as I walk across here, they drain. And then across the carpet, it kind of cleans the bottoms before I go in. And then, of course, this water that's full of nutrients gets poured off into the plants to help them grow as natural fertilizer. Then I pour George's water in there and give her some fresh. This is rainwater, the only thing that my princess will drink. But by dropping her water in there, I've already started adding some water. And then I can top up my boot wash. And, if it's raining, I don't have to do this step because it fills up on its own. But it gets my boots clean. It doesn't cost me anything but a little bit of labor. When it warms up and we get into mosquito season, all of this, that gets drained. That gets dumped about every 3 days. So right now there's a water bucket here that Eddie loves to drink out of. I'm going to clean that up next. Free the little weed eaters. I opened up the gap and they have come out. They're going to make their rounds and eat weeds and bugs and break up the soil. There we go. The little weed eaters are out. Yay. Girl's got a lot of work. Go eat all of that. And this morning I came out and checked out my little fig starts that I had go to sleep last year in the fall, and I think I've got about 10 of them here. Got them transplanted, and I'll keep today. But they all had really deep roots in them, and I think because I put about that much of my chicken walkway stuff, which is like great mulch and chicken manure and all kinds of like shredded wood in there over time, and it's a lot of nutrients, and they all had these massive root arrays that went down to like go suck on that nutrition, and so they look pretty good. So I got them transplanted into bigger pots now, and this should really get them to pour on the growth this spring. I'm gonna use them for shade around the house is my long-term plan, but you know, the opportunity to have a few more figs in the house is never lost on me because I love them. All right, guys, this has been a long video. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.